Welcome, friends. How are you doing? Welcome back to PyroKitty's Tavern. As always, I am April the PyroKitty. And I hope you've had a good week. I did take a bit of a break. So I am glad to be back. And here, this month, we're gonna just sort of have some chill vibes, some zen vibes. You know, I just realized I did not update my little image of what I was building today. I should add that in. I knew I was forgetting something. What happens when you take some time off? Everything goes out of your brain. Let me add this. Gonna have to move the book. Save as JPEG. Live editing. Okay. Adjust the size. I knew something was missing from my screen as I got it up. Hello, Cortez. How are you? Okay, so that is what we're building today. We are building a bonsai tree. It is not a name brand Lego set. It is the brand... Oh, it's not on the book. I thought it was in the book. Here it is. Nithaliz, which has quite a few good sort of botanical sets. Music is much louder. Okay, thank you. How is that? Is that any better? Before stream, I had the music going and I could barely hear it. So, of course, now it is way too loud. Never fails. All right. Yeah, so this is the set we're building today, for those that couldn't hear. Azar is not in his little bed, so here's a little picture of him. He is wanting to lay in his other bed right now. Yeah, so we're gonna build this Nithaliz bonsai tree right here. Gonna have sort of like a nice chill zen vibes going on this month. We're gonna be building this today, and then we're gonna be playing some Mineko's Night Market later, as well as some this next Sunday, we're doing sort of a special stream. I'm going to be playing Book of Travels with a friend of the channel, Casey Snow Art. I don't think we're going to do it as a co-stream, but it's a multiplayer game, and we're just going to sort of both be playing. It falls during my stream time, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and stream playing that because I wanted to play while she streams. So Book of Travels, it's currently, right now, it's a $5 game. It is going single player at the end of July, I believe. The studio just is not able to maintain the MMO format. So we were just gonna sort of play together over on her channel. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stream myself playing. And yeah, so... But yeah, let's get building. I do have a puzzle going. It's pinned to the top of chat. Let me show that off here real quick. It is this Zen Japanese garden. So yeah, it's all about the Zen vibes this month. We're just gonna have a chill, cozy time and enjoy our time here in the tavern. It has been a stressful time, and I am looking forward to some chill time. Work has been stressful. Azar has been having his mouth problem. He's on another round of antibiotics. We're hoping this one finally kicks the... at least gets the infection more to a more manageable level to where it's not causing him pain. But it's been feeling like one of those 2 steps forward, 3 steps back sort of fight. So I was like, you know what, I could just do with some chill. I have never played Mineko's Night Market. I'm hoping it's as chill as I want it to be. Doing this neat bonsai build. As far as third party goes, this one, this brand seems to have pretty good in bag separation. Usually the brands come with just like 4 big bags of pieces, and like I have to separate them out onto like 3 or 4 trays. This one, so it's small bags. They're all labeled number like 1, so that's not as helpful, but I don't know if you can see here. See where it says 9.14? So this bag is from steps 9 through 14. So all the bags are labeled like that, like what steps they're for. So that's really handy. And they're not like a huge amount all in one bag. I once again could not find a digital copy of the instructions, which I wish I could, because I would just prefer to have a digital copy. But that seems to be par for the course for these third-party brands. Just because having my book set up here makes it to where I can't really see my screen and like watch the inspector and, you know, whatever else I might want to watch to keep an eye on stream. Of these bad boys. 8. Oh. I have never built with this brand before, so I don't know how good quality is, but so far, I do like how the bags are organized. The clicks seem... They're a softer click. They're not a very tactile click, but they do go together nicely so far. I'm not having to push really hard or force them on there. Not had any molding, like, issues with the brick mold itself. This is getting the face put together here. Looks like we have one extra piece. This goes over inside your top. Nice curved edge going on there. And now, next back. Yeah, so next Sunday will be a little bit off schedule, but we're gonna be playing Book of Travels. Book of Travels. I know the name of the game I'm playing. Hush. You don't know the name of the game. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and now the music is really quiet. I swear, I can't win. Got our little feetsies. And now we're going to make the next level. Did anybody watch any of the game trailer announcements that came out this week? Suntroa and I were watching them. There's not a whole lot that he and I are excited about. Didn't really see anything that I would get for stream. He and I are excited about God of War Laufey. Or Laufey. But that's not I wouldn't stream that one. Not quite the vibe here. Does seem very interesting though. 1666 Amsterdam seems interesting. Again, not a stream game though. Basically building a flower pot here. Very fancy flower pot. but still a flower pot. I was gonna try and find some like more zen type music to play for stream today, but I didn't have time. Okay, I'm almost done with the flower pot. Little tricky how they have this. Not tricky, but it's a pattern. I do like that they actually thought through making an interesting pattern for the bricks here on the around the edges. And one extra piece. Alright, next bag. I really do, this brand, I am digging how they have the bag set up. They're nice little bite-sized. They're more akin to Lego bags than the other third-party bags that I've used, built in the past. Alright, set that aside. We're gonna start working on the ground cover now, looks like. Next page. Okay. So now we're gonna take this little block. Oh, no. Almost missed a step. Not yet. Okay. Getting the ground cover going. Try to get this the right way. This goes here. Okay. Proving difficult to keep this all together. Because this part is only connected by one stud, so it's kind of a little slippy. Alright. Okay. No, you stay. Alright, and then this goes... There we go. Like I said, we're working on ground cover here. Got some plants going in. This is a little difficult to get in there. Little plant amalgamation. Cute. I have adjusted how I have my close-up cam here. Hopefully, gives you guys a little bit better of a view. If it would focus. Oh, that's supposed to be offset. I thought something was funny. There we go. Some rocky pieces there. Okay. Just my book here. So this goes there. There we go. Next bag. Like that, I really like how these bags are organized. They're nice little bite size. And I don't really have to organize it much. Don't lose it. Okay. Little mini build going on here. Ooh. Okay. This goes here. Other way. Right? Yeah. Like that. complicated little mini build here. Some rocks. Skip and a step. Not PyroKitty's Tavern. If PyroKitty doesn't skip a step. This is not wanting to think. Okay. This goes here. There. Interesting little placement there. Oh, you know what? I bet it's gonna be there. So this one looks like it has like a vine. I bet you that's gonna be for that vine. Okay, so does it look like I've got this put together? Great. So far. Yep. Okay. I almost lost that. Like I said, it's hard to keep it together because it's not being held together by very many pieces. Nope. Well, it's not for a vine, it is for a planty piece. Alright, and then this is going like that. Get in there. There we go. Got a couple plant pieces close together there. Yes, goes in the corner. Okay. This in here. It's pretty snug. Get in there. Last piece in the corner here. There we go. There we go. These go on top. Is that right? And that goes like that. Next bag. Oh, there's Azar. He made an appearance. We're discovering a learning curve with his new food. So we have started making his food from scratch. Last week, he sort of stopped eating, and it was just like, he didn't like his food. He's never really liked his canned food that we were giving him as a prescription canned food. And, but last week it kind of came to a head and he just refused to eat it. Between his antibiotic kind of upsetting his stomach and his mouth pain from this gum infection, he just refused to eat. Like, just flat out refused. And he can't afford to lose any weight. He is this... He's not underweight, but if he loses much more weight, he would risk becoming underweight. And we don't want that, because he's an old man and he doesn't need to be underweight. So what we decided to do, we had found this, the vet had recommended this website that would basically build a recipe that would give him full nutrition and it also we have a vitamin powder that we buy that we put in there to make sure it's fully you know, has all of the nutrition that he needs. But it's fresh. It has it's mostly potato, and broccoli, carrots, green beans, and a little bit of chicken. Just a little bit of chicken. And so we've made it twice now. We tried to make it on Monday for the whole week, because we do work, and you know, we're trying to make it sustainable, where we could sorry, I'm also trying to figure out where this piece goes. So, you know, we made the first batch, and okay, something is in the wrong. That's what's wrong. Like, something is wrong. So we made the first batch, and unfortunately it went bad by Saturday. And we're like, okay, reassess. We'll make it on Monday and freeze the second half, you know, like the last part of the week. And then thaw that out on like Thursday, and then, you know, we'll have the second part of the week. Well, that's what we did this last week. And unfortunately, that did not work out. We thought it out Thursday. Friday, he ate, seemed fine. But then when we woke up Saturday morning, and gave him his food, he didn't want to eat. And we were like, oh goodness, is he already getting, you know, tired of this food? Because that is not something we need. Well, you know, we sort of gave the food a sniff, and we're like, it kind of smells a little off. And we talked to my dad. We were like hanging out and just chatting about it. And he's like, you know, potato will go bad extremely quickly, even if it's been frozen and thawed. And so we, so the next meal we had, we pulled it out of the fridge and put it on a plate, and we held up, you know, one of the pieces of broccoli, and Azar ate it. We held up a little piece of the carrot. He ate it. Little green bean. He ate it. Put up a piece of the potato, and he absolutely snubbed it. So we came to the conclusion that the potato must just be going bad very much quicker than we expect for it to be going bad. It could also be the chicken. We did not pull out a piece of the chicken, but the smell smelled like a stronger potato-y smell, not a chicken smell. So we had to throw out half, like 2.5 days worth of that food, which was a big old bummer, because it's not cheap. So we're trying again, and now we're going to, instead of making it all on Monday, we're gonna cook the broccoli, green beans, and chicken on Monday, and prep those 3 ingredients. Oh, and the vitamin powder. And then we're just gonna sort of cook the potato either day by day or 3 times over the week. Okay. I lost myself on the page. Does that ever happen to anybody? I'm also just tired. Like, just tired. Like, I things just need to chill out. I am... I got stuff going on in the day job. I've got this going on with the Czar. I've got my brother-in-law is getting married in September in Spokane, and trying to get that trip planned and clothing and stuff picked out for the wedding. And I was like, I need a staycation that I just don't do anything, but then I know I'd get bored. But I just need a time where I don't have to plan anything. Even if it's stuff I enjoy, I enjoy planning, but I'm just tired. Whoop. Everything's falling off. Okay, I think these two are extra. Alright, now where does this go? There we go. Starting to look, it's very, very dimensional. I like that. We're actually about to start an ad break. And I'm going to go ahead and just dump out the next, I'm going to go ahead and dump out the next 2 bags because this one is not very big and I think it'll fit on this little side tray. This one's next. Oh no, they're both. Ah, okay, so these are both the same step. So yeah, that works out. Okay, that ad break is gonna run. I'm not gonna build anything during the ad break. I'm just gonna dump out my bags and probably grab out like the next step worth of pieces. As a reminder, I do have that puzzle going in the background. It is pinned to the top of the chat, but there it is again, just in case you need it. Feel free to hop in and work on that. And I will be back in 3 minutes. For those of you who can still hear me, thank you so much for supporting the channel with Turbo or Prime or Sub or whatever. Ooh. Knocking off my iPad. Looks like we're about halfway through that ad break. One minute remaining. Seconds. We are almost done. And welcome back from the ads, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience while supporting the channel. You said I didn't build anything, I just set out my pieces, or open the bags for this last step, for this half of the build. And set out my pieces for the next step here. So we will be finishing this build today. This is a rare month where I do all of my brick building on one day. Usually I'll do like my first 2 streams of the month are all brick building streams. But this month, I just have this set, which is a little bit smaller. And I ended up taking 1 day off longer than I was expecting originally, like when I first putting together my plan. In case anybody doesn't know, I'm a planner. And I plan out my streams for like the year. I have my calendar put together through January. Yeah. So everything is pretty much planned. I mean, obviously I have sort of wiggle room if things come up or I need to take extra time off for some reason or whatever. But I am a planner. Crazy planner. So if anybody asks, hey, what is the stream plan for July? I can tell you. Or if anybody asks, what's the stream plan for December? I could tell you. At least generally. Like I said, there's always opening for contingencies or if something happens. Like, September right now is planned, but it does kind of have some contingency opportunity because September is going to be a very busy month for me. IRL, so I'm not going to be streaming as much in September. But it's just a matter of how much I'm going to be streaming in September. I was actually talking to Suntroa about that today. At most, September is going to have, like, 3 streams. One will be a longer stream, because that's my streamiversary. So I do like to make that an all-day stream. Ooh, back. Okay. Another tricky placement here. That's where our tree is gonna go. Okay. Next page. so many little intricate parts in this. But I do like how dimensional this is. Like, it's so dimensional. It's great. So good to look at. And oh nope, I almost skipped a step. This is the wrong piece. Sure is. Need the longer piece. There we go. Now we can go on to this next one. Next page. Looks like we're approaching the end of the base here. Once we're done with this bag's worth of pieces, and then we're gonna start on the tree. I might take a break once we're done with this bag. And feed Azar. About the time that he needs to eat. And it might take a little longer than a short... It might take a little bit longer, unfortunately. He's, as I said, we don't have his fresh food that he's been really loving. It all went bad. We haven't had a chance to make a new batch. So he's having to eat some of his old canned food, which he's been doing okay at eating it, but this will be my first attempt to get him to eat it without Suntroa here. And that's usually where he's kind of gives me a little bit of a hassle eating. Just because he wants his papa here. And that's not possible. Papa's not here. Okay, this goes upside down. That's an interesting... Oh, I see. And then there's like a little pagoda that goes on top there. Cute. Okay. Move my book so I can see. Flip that upside down. Work on the underside. Very interesting build method here. Woo! Get back there. Okay, and then that goes there. Okay. There we go. Those are not all down in there. Maybe these need to come back up some. Because the top is not wanting to click on there all the way. There we go. Okay, that's sitting much better. That's sitting much better. There we go. Cute little pagoda. Okay, and that goes here. Alright, and there's our base finished. Very dimensional, adorable little pagoda. And on that note, I am going to take probably about a 15 to 20-minute break. I apologize if it does end up being a little bit longer than that, because I do have to feed Azar, and like I said, it could be a little bit challenging because Suntroa is not here. Sometimes he eats really good for me, sometimes he doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and swap to my break scene here. I'm going to have the maze game going on in the background, so if you want to do !wander, go right ahead. The instructions are going to pop up here in just a second. Clean up my mess, all my bags fell. You have to eat, Azar? Yes. Welcome in, Ungoy. Azar does have to eat, and that is why I'm going to go take a longer break. So I'm gonna go take a longer break. Like I said, it could be 15 to 20 minutes. Exclamation point wander if you want to get in on the maze game, have a little fun. You could also just type the grid coordinates, such as like A6 or something, to go straight to a piece. And I will be back. There's also the puzzle going. There's the link, or it's also at the top of chat. Feel free to hop in on that. And I will see you all shortly after I get to eat. Thanks for your patience, friends. am back. Azar 8. Yay! Everybody clap. I don't have a clap button. Do I? No. Okay, sorry. I had to send a text message real quick. That put back there. Alright. Let's end the maze game. I got a lot of points for a short period of time. And back to here. Hello, there's Azar. He's wiping his face. You might see him make sort of a painful face, rubbing his face, because, as I said, he does still have his gum infection. And after he eats is when it seems to flare. So, there's a chance he could... You could see, like right now he's just rubbing his mouth, but when he has a really bad flare, he actually like starts to sort of paw at his gums, and it's really sad. So just a heads up, you might see that action. I'm aware he's doing it. You don't have to make me aware. We're gonna jump right back into building here. We are starting on the tree itself. This is build a second half, or second half of build. Wazar, you were having a peck and wiggle down there. I see you. I see you being a wiggle. Oh, thank you, bot, for the reminder. I do have a Ko-fi set up. Any money that goes to the Ko-fi is going towards Azar's expenses. These antibiotics are not cheap. His food is not cheap. So the Ko-fi is set up just for tips. All go to Azar. All the tips go to Azar. Basically. Yeah, that's right. You get the tip jar. All to yourself. Okay, hold on. Something is wrong. No. Things falling. Why does my mic seem so quiet? I don't know. The music is not loud. Do I have to turn that up? Or do I have to turn it up on here? Maybe I have to turn it up on here. Is that any better? I don't think that's any better. Maybe it's better. Okay. This goes here. There it is. Alright, so then I take it, flip it this way. Why are you doing it that way? Okay, turn it that way. There we go. Looks like we're making sort of the roots of the tree, or the knees, I guess, more correctly put. This goes. There we go. Get some organic shapes starting to happen. that in there. That goes on top. Okay. Now what? That goes there. Nope, not that one. That's the one. That goes on the edge there. Next month, we're going to be building a rare name brand Lego set. July, we're going to be celebrating The Legend of Zelda and building the Ocarina of Time battle set. Final battle. Looking this over, making sure I got it correct so far. Okay. There we go. So many organic shapes to this. I am digging the organic shapes. Okay, I need to spin it this way. Oh, skip the step. I don't have to remove that one though. There we go. Got some definite, like I said, some organic sort of curves and gaps. Okay, this goes. There we go. A little too big to show on the small cam. Next bag. You can see we're getting to a little bit more intricate little pieces here. There we go. All right. There we go. I think that's right. No. That's better. That's better. Okay. Woo. I think it's gotta be at that angle. Okay, it spins. Good. I was like, I can't tell quite what angle it needs to be at. Okay, and then this pops on here. So, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I need a 5. That's and a 3. Oh. Put the connecty piece. Where's the connecty? Oh. It's already in there. We do have an ad break. It's about to start here soon. Sorry I couldn't get that to run while I was taking my break to feed Azar. The timing, unfortunately, just did not work out. But I won't build during the ad break. At most, I will set out the pieces for the next step, but I won't actually build anything. I've got these 2 big branchy pieces. Gonna go there. I'm gonna try and finish this bag before the ad starts, so we'll see how successful I am. There we go. Another branch in there. There's only a few more steps left in this bag, so try and get through it just so I can be getting the next bag set up when while the ad is going. I do run a 3-minute ad break every hour that eliminates pre-rolls when people come in, and it gives us a nice opportunity to stretch and hydrate. Grab a snack if you don't have a snack. Reminds me, I need to get another snack for my treat stream. My treat redeem. I ran out of my little marshmallows. Okay. Go, and then we'll put this on our tree. And I think our timing is going to work out pretty dang awesome. Alright. There we go. And so during the ad break, I'm just gonna get the next bag dumped out. And I will see you all in 3 minutes. Don't worry, I'm not going to build during the ad break. At most, I might mute my microphone, set out the steps for the next... set out the pieces for the next step, and maybe stretch my legs. I will see you in 3 minutes, guys. Come on. Open up. What is it doing? Alright, that bag was weird. Like the plastic was kind of like scored. Okay. Weird. Weird. Minute and a half remaining in the ads. So not long. I'm gonna mute my microphone and go get myself some more water. It's running a little low. I will be back before the ad is over. And I am back. It's okay, Azar. I didn't go far. Oh. That was ridiculously adorable. Azar, why do you gotta be so cute during an ad break? It sounds like we're also having some bitrate problems. Yay! "20 seconds remaining in the ad break. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. You all missed Azar doing a really cute stretch. That's all. I unfortunately can't control when he does a cute stretch. He decided he wanted to do a cute stretch during the ad break this time. I got up to refill my water, and when I came back, he was just like, stretch. And puff and close to sleep. So. He is comfy, apparently. So now this branch go here. Getting some definitely tree shapes starting to happen there. Okay. Now I need 5 and a 3. Five goes there. 3 goes here. Next page. Okay. Trying to make sure I got everything going at the right direction here. Okay. Goes there. Now we need one of these long fine pieces. It is gonna go from here. Jeez. It really wants that to wrap around, doesn't it? Has some weak points in it. I'm worried it's gonna break. We'll try it. As the bot just reminded, I am using our tip jar here at the tavern to cover Azar's food and medicine. If you're able to leave a tip, it will go directly towards feeding or medicating Azar. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's gonna break. Like, look at that. There's like It's already breaking. Like that white bit there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. I'm gonna take it. Hold on, guys. I've got to mute my microphone for just a moment. I've got a phone call coming in that I do need to take. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. It was my mum. They're installing, I guess they're called mini split units, little AC units. She's installing one in her house and in our house, but she did her house first, so she was wanting to see if I wanted to come over and check it out, and I was like, I will, just not right now. Okay, I'm gonna try again because I think I have some extras of these viney pieces. If it doesn't work this time, then we're just not going to have vine pieces. Yeah, it's doing that same thing. Yeah, we're just not gonna have that viney piece. I'm okay with that. I can live without the viney piece. It's not looking good. So there's our first quality problem with this brand. The vine not look good. Well, it's not so much that it doesn't look good, it's just that it doesn't bend very well, and it has like these points that look like they were made in manufacturing, and when you can't like bend it smoothly because it wants to only bend at those thinner spots. And what you get is it actually breaks. I mean, like, it's actually broken there. So far the pieces seem pretty quality, except for those. I will say that's disappointing. Because everything else with this brand has been pretty good, but that one is... Because what it's supposed to do, let me show you in the book, it's supposed to do that. You see the vine there? Where it wraps around. but it does not do that because of how that piece is designed. And here, they want me to do this wraparound here. This one I might be able to get to happen. Unfortunately, these two vine pieces broke in attempting to do that other one, but they did send extra. They sent extra. So. And I was hoping these were designed differently, but they have that same little manufacturing mark that just won't allow what it wants you to do. Okay, so let's see if I can get this to do what it wants me to do here. It's not quite as sharp of a bend, so maybe. Okay, so that one I got to go on. I'll try again with the other. I'll give it another try. And I'll start at the other end. Okay, these are much bendier. I wonder if this is why they gave the replacement. Yeah, that one went so much better. So that must be why they added these extras in the bag. This must have been a replacement part because these were flawed. Because these were just like in the box. They weren't... They were sort of in a weird place in the box, like they had just been put in there after the fact. So this must have been a replacement for that flawed piece, because look, this one way different than the other. Okay, I feel better now. They fixed their error. I guess that'll negate their mark against them. Alright, we got some green about to happen here. So I'm guessing that means that the tree trunk itself is finished, or at least nearly finished. Okay, I've got to show this in the instructions. I appreciate this more than you know, especially with a third-party set. So there's two different shades of green. You could see here on the camera, there's the brighter green and the dark green. But here on the instructions, it specifies deep green versus not. I appreciate that so much. Because I have definitely built other sets where that was a huge point of contention. Okay. This is going to be the tricky part. page. There's one branch. I like how much variation in the green they put. And that's gonna go. Gonna go here. Okay. Green. Go. Come back here. Ooh. Okay. That doesn't go there. It goes there. Okay, I thought that was weird how they had that. I was just looking at it. That goes there. Just things to make it work. Alright, there's our next branch. It is going to go up here. There we go. And 2 extra pieces in this bag. Come on. I'm gonna need scissors. Alrighty. Now we got some big branch pieces. And this goes up here. Okay. Big branch pieces. Hard to see what color goes where. Even still, even with their description, it's not super easy. Okay, next page. Alright, now we're gonna put it on this side. This one's gonna go. This branch. Do another big leaf, a big branch, leaf, big branch. Pretty similar to the first one, just kind of in reverse. Throw it on the desk. That's not what I do. Okay. Those and those. Giving this lots of depth and texture. I really appreciate the amount of depth and texture that they're putting in this piece, or this branch. Alright, and then this one goes... here? Yeah, it's like here. Alright, next bag. And third verse, similar to the first two. This goes over the center, just like the other steps. These go here and here. Yep, so far pretty similar to the other two branches. Just slight variations on the color, like where the lighter and darker green goes. Get back in there. Ooh, stop. Stop. Don't spin. Right. This branch goes up here. Looking bonsai-ish. There we go. Ooh, almost lost that piece, but I caught it. Swapping up the order they do the steps in here. It's throwing me. Like, the steps are basically the same, but it's changing the order they do it in. Get back here. Okay. Now that goes up here. There we go. Did I? Nope. Okay, just an extra piece. I have an extra one of these, which I hadn't had one before. Guess what we're making more of? Branches! This one is slightly different. It has this flower tip, which the other ones did not have. So we got a little bit of a shake-up going on. And got some slightly different color choices going on. A little bit more of the dark green, swapping out, sort of reversing a little bit of how we did the other ones here. It's a good way of making like a foliage look, I will say. Like doing these sort of built up branches. Only one page, not a bunch of pages. Okay. There we go. Tree is starting to get in my own way. It looks like we're building another branch like that previous one. Similar color variations. I keep running into the tree. Come back. Looks like after this bag, there's only one bag remaining. We're not done yet. But we are getting there. Apparently the order I put those in matters. Go. And yeah, this is the last bag. Looks like we have a couple more tree branches to make, so. Something else. There's something gray in here. Maybe where the tree attaches. Bits going in there. I'm gonna pull out the gray pieces just to make it a little easier to make the branches here. There we go. Same thing, looks like it. And just a little bit of color variation here. And it's changing up how my instructions are going, like, so it's throwing me a little bit. This one wasn't supposed to go there. Come on. Supposed to go there. Okay, we actually are about to have an ad break, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that ad. That way it doesn't cut into, like, get right down to the end of stream. Okay, so I will see you all in 3 minutes. Like I said, I'm not going to build during the ad break. I will just set out the pieces I need for my next step and get that out of the way, but I'm not going to build. So I will see you all in 3 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and get out the pieces I need, and then I'm going to stretch. Drink some water. We do still have that puzzle going in the background if anybody is interested. Minute remaining in the ads, and then we will get right back to it. "30 seconds. Not long now. welcome back from the ad, everybody. Thank you for your patience during that ad. As I said, I do stop building during the ad break, so you don't have to worry about missing anything. And I don't really say a whole lot other than talking about the ad break itself. So. I think we're having another bitrate drop. So sorry, friends. Our internet is awful. We keep lamenting that we don't really have another option. Okay. This is a little tricky because I gotta put this at the very top of this branch that wants to move on me. I think we're building our last branch here. Oh, where are you going, Asar? I hope you don't need outside, because I just took an ad break. Why didn't you let me know you needed outside during the ad break? Don't you know when Mama has ads? Like he knows anything about my stream. Okay, there's a small chance that he might need outside, and I will have to take a break because he's an old man, and you can't argue with old man bladder. It always has to have the least convenient timing, you know, like after I've just had an ad break and not too long before the end of stream, but he can't wait that long. But he has not asked out yet, so. We might be. Nope, gotta put this one on first. Found that out last time. Flip. I'm getting grumbled at. Okay, he's gonna go lay down, so we'll see. He might make it to the end of stream. Ooh. Okay, that was our last branch. Alright, now a tricky. Oh, this is tricky. This is very tricky. Okay, tree is on the base. Looks like we have some more rock formation to do. Some sort. I think Azar is just mad that he's not getting full attention. Papa's not home. The world is not how it should be right now. That. Okay. Go. This goes there. Which one goes in? Well, build up here first. That will tell me. Weird. There's pieces in here that I did not even use. bees. I didn't use these at all. Like... All right. It is done, guys. Let's make sure there's not another step. Nope. Yeah, really weird I had those two pieces that I did not use at all. Okay. I'm going to show you guys with the little up-close cam here. Little rock formation here in the back. There's our little pagoda. Bunch of greenery. All the foliage. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it on the big overhead cam. I like it. It is super fun. And that is the Niflis bonsai, or I think it's called like the Chan bonsai tree specifically. But there is a link to it if you like this set and want to get it also. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just like to not gatekeep what set I'm building. It was pretty good. The only problem I had was with those vines. And as you saw, they did send a replacement for those vines in the package. So obviously, it's a known issue, and they corrected it. But yeah, it was a fun build. A decent bit of repetitiveness with the branches, but they're slightly different. So, you know, I won't fault that. But yeah, so that is the Niflis bonsai tree. They have a couple different seasons of tree. So that is fun. I'm going to go ahead and swap over here to the ending scene. But if you don't mind hanging out for a little while, we are going to go find someone to raid. Let me see. Give me just a moment, seeing who all's on right now. Who we have not said hello to in a minute. Go ahead and copy one of those raid messages, though. The top one if you are a subscriber, bottom one if you are not. Let's go say hi to Yangula Roo. Yeah, let's go say hi to Roo. We haven't raided Roo in a little bit. We're gonna go see some animation and music. Looks like she's working on a Zorro animation, so that's always fun. And I will see you guys back on Thursday, and I will be playing Mineko's Night Market. I've not played it before, but it looks fun and cozy, and that's what we're going to do on Thursday. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye, friends!